Hello and welcome to this video. My name is ActiQ and today I want to talk about glitch abusing because I think it's a topic that I haven't really covered yet on my channel. The background of this video is just me killing the Kriara, and by the way, now that I went to Kriara, I went there for 4 hours and I was completely dry. The only thing that I got was the Armadillo buckler, so I'm most likely not going to go back to Kriara in a while because I need to make consistent money for the Enlightenment Aura still. So going 4 hours dry is definitely something I don't want to do another time. You might also notice that I was using the instance mode for Kriara, and to be honest, if you use the instance mode, I think you should be able to set the spawn time for Kriara, because I was only able to kill 24 Kriara per hour, and if you do the World Hope method, you can kill about 30 of them. However, the problem with that is that at the moment it's almost impossible to get even one real world for Kriara, because there are so many people trying to get that Armadillo healed. So yeah, that's just a quick notion. So I definitely think that if you are paying the 200k per hour for the instance, you should definitely be able to set the spawn time, because at the moment it's much less efficient to kill the Kriara with the instance shown God Wars dungeon. But yeah, let's go back to the point of this video, so it's glitch abusing, and I want to talk about the glitch abusing because 6 days ago or so there was a glitch in the game, or actually it was in the game for 1 or 2 weeks, that allowed people to bury almost all their bones in their inventory in just few ticks. In general, I think it took only 3 ticks to bury your whole inventory, and regularly that takes about 28 ticks. So this allowed people to gain massive amounts of prayer XP, provided that they had all the bones for it. And there was a couple of people that were abusing this quite a lot, and from these rune tracker high scores you will see that the top guy on the list was able to gain 56 million prayer XP in one single day. And this is because he was able to bury maybe about 20k or even a bit more than that Frost Dragon bones per hour using the Dragon Rider amulet, and I pretty much think that he also used the Enlightenment Aura. I had a lot of discussion about this with my friend Not a Rare Name, and we talked about a lot about it, and he was really opposed to this kind of glitch abusing, and I'm also against this kind of glitch abusing, and I do think that some kind of action should have been taken against this guy. Perhaps they should have just reset all his prayer XP that he gained with this method and give him back his bone, since when you train the prayer skill, the most work that you do is gathering the bones, and training the skill actually isn't that much of a time. So I do think that removing like 100,000 Frost Dragon bones and removing his all XP would be a bit too harsh penalty. So this kind of brings me to the next point, which is that when somebody abuses a glitch, I think the penalty for the glitch should always be proportionate to the glitch that was abused. So I don't think that people that use this kind of a small glitch should ever get banned from RuneScape, because when using some kind of a glitch you should always think about how much extra benefit this guy got for using the glitch. And then you should always compare it to what Jagex has done previously to RuneScape. And for example, when Jagex first released the EOC to RuneScape, everybody was abusing every flawed game mechanic that was in the game. So people were using Darogs, people were killing Ice Fiends, people were killing Ganodermic Beasts, and all of these things were giving people massively amount of more XP per hour than you get nowadays, and you also couldn't really even play the game without getting like 5 times more XP than prior to the EOC update. So clearly, if you use a glitch and it doesn't really save you that much of any time, and it's only like double or triple the original XP rates, I don't think Jagex is ever going to ban you for using a glitch. And that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because if you don't ban people for using glitches, then people are just gonna use more and more glitches, and they will use even harsher glitches to the game. And if you start punishing people really easily when they find an OP XP method, then people kind of stop looking for the XP methods, and that's kind of one of the fun things in RuneScape in general. So I don't think that people should be punished because they are curious of how the game mechanic works. So no actions were taken against this guy who gained massive amounts of prayer XP in a very short amount of time, and to be honest, I think that what he did was on the grey area of RuneScape, but when you compare this to, for example, the massive amount of players that were barraging in the Abyss since the Legacy launch, and the people that are still barraging in the Abyss for OP XP at the moment, I don't think that this guy saving maybe 30 hours for abusing a glitch is too much on the game standards. But I do definitely still think that he should not have done it, and he should just have reported this to Jagex, but not everybody thinks the same way as I do. So whenever you find an OP XP method and whenever you find a kind of faulty game mechanic, think twice, is this going to affect the game and how much is it going to affect the game? And am I interacting with the game in a way that was not meant to be? Because this guy was just simply using a new animation and burying bones, so it's very debatable if Jagex should have just reset his XP or something like that. Obviously these kind of things cause some kind of outrage on the high level forums, for example, but I myself always compare the glitch that happened to the faulty mechanics that were in the game for months since the EOC launch. So if it's like 10 or 15 people gaining 4 times the XP, I don't really care that much, but I do hope that Jagex always fixes these kind of glitches. And I do hope that they do the best to avoid all the glitches from coming to the game in the first place, and they have a proper glitch working team. So my small advice is that if you find a method that's overpowered in the game and you gain maybe 3 or 4 times more XP than you should, but you are not interacting with the game engine in a way that you shouldn't, then I don't think that there is going to be much of a punishment for it, and depending on the standards you play, I think you can just go ahead and do this method. But keep in mind that if you do work on the grey area of RuneScape, sometime, someday, there might be a punishment for what you did. So think twice before you act. But yeah, I think this is it for this video. So I hope you have enjoyed my talks about glitch abusing, and I hope you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. But other than that, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.